Hello everybody, my name is Isaac Tears and I'm the Bard of Bardic Logs. And for once, I will not be your DM today. That honor is held by the big old pickle. Well, I, Isaac, am the player. I shall be playing Knott. And next to me shall be Gryph playing old Joe. And together, we three welcome you to Ascension Part 6.
I remember. I'm killing a king.
I remember we were trying to get the prince to kill the king.
Well, so let's. Fuck! I'm sorry. I got caught off by guard by that. Oh yeah, I'm going to murder the king. Shit.
No. Technically, technically, we're manipulating a prince. Okay, like we're just being sociopaths.
It's yes to both, because here's the thing. Where we last left off our adventurers, all right? You had just thwarted the later realized coup attempt with the actual assassin that you guys had captured. I believe, if I remember correctly, like he was killed right in front of you guys, and you reanimated him without a head.
We killed him and I reanimated him.
Yeah. So old Joe had this corpse.
What happened is that he was pissed with the king, and we had this whole talk about the king, and me and as not pissing off the king a little bit by putting my hand on him, and he was like, "You're don't condescend me." I'm like, "I'm not being condescending. I was trying to be nice." And this whole thing where then I killed the dude, and then he was like, "Yes, let's raise him."
Yeah, and then on top of that, after the assassin was like revealed to like be super angry towards the king, and after just everybody catching up after this initial attack, you had two of the lords that were here for this Quarter Lords Festival withdraw so they could go back to their regions. You had Roland the Unchained, who is from the western province of Versia.
We had a very big talk about Roland.
Yes, a very big talk. And he made it very clear his distaste for
everyone
king
in that room.
This situation. Yeah, he expressed his distaste, and we can just leave it there towards everything.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's just the king by a certain point. At a certain point, it became everyone.
We kind of reveal that he is a pissy boy.
A little bit.
So,
Yeah, that's why his entire kingdom is being genocided.
Yeah, man, with leaders like these, who needs enemies?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, so he was like, I want nothing to do with this. I'm not getting involved in this, or my people involved in this. Me and my warriors, we're outie 5,000. So they withdraw. And then you also had Embers the Spider,
Which we were kind of like, whatever.
The southern... Yeah, it's something where you guys, because you antisocial pricks, I mean players, don't...
no pricks.
Opportunity to scout out I say that with full love and support. You guys are chaotic bastards, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So, because you guys are still, of course, new here, and the attack was very recent, and you guys were originally just trying to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Oh yeah.
You guys...
Did we like bump into the BBG? Like literally side bumped him. It was disrespect that got him killed.
You mean the not BBEG?
You're right, the not BBEG, the dead bitch.
You don't know what I'm planning. Shut the fuck up. Anyway.
If you revive her, I would find that to be so fucking cool. Not even gonna lie.
We'll see. You never know what I have in store. But so
she's like, you bitches, I had 5 minutes to talk, and stabs me.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. This is where I was. Sorry, I'm getting like sidetracked with recap stuff. So, because I'm trying to make sure I like cover important like highlights as well. So, Roland had a very dramatic withdrawal from the festival and Ray Dance, then the also lord who left was the one who was in charge of the city town, the port, named Embers the Spider. And he just made it clear, he's like, I need to go check in on my people. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Although, whether that's true or not, who can say? But he at the very least did not have like an over dramatic exit. Yeah. Yeah.
Which
You do
I
not
mean,
have like an over the top exit content.
to be fair, over the top is what got Roland the attention. So I feel like maybe Emerus, maybe I should be a little bit more subtle.
I mean, with an exit like Roland, how could you possibly top that, even if you were trying?
Exactly. He was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just let them know and leave.
Yeah. But so, after you guys were shown to your shared bedchamber by the Prince Lunic, you guys were able to kind of earn his trust a little bit, get some more of like the, hey, what the fuck was up with that guy and all this stuff. He revealed to you some of the ugly history of this kingdom. Meanwhile, old Joe was up in the kitchen cooking up some soul with some poison to try to distribute to the kitchen staff of the castle. Yes. And so...
Did we joke about putting a water supply at one point and just saying fuck the kingdom?
No, we were debating about whether we're putting it into the pot of soup that is being served to everyone.
That's right. I like how you're like, no, clarified. We're just gonna kill the castle. Like, that's that much better.
No, exactly. But so,
we're only committing genocide upon a royal line, not upon a whole kingdom.
I wasn't saying the kingdom. I was talking about the water line of the castle. Like I was like, one or two maids wouldn't matter.
Flow and to everyone.
True, if people don't drink water. Then again, Pickle, is there such a thing as bottled water in this day and age?
Roll a history check.
Yeah, dude, Starbucks.
Starbucks? Oh shit, you're right though.
You got people walking around with their pink drinks and shit like that. No,
you laugh.
Fuck,
I'm
sorry,
over
I
here
completely
going,
lost
oh
my-
Jesus, she has a point. Medieval Starbucks.
Listen, don't hate, all right? It's it's a vibe. Walking around slaying some beholders and shit, and then you just sip and you go,
You got your
frappe.
white frappuccino, white chocolate frap. Hell yeah, baby.
Hell yeah. But so, I'm keeping getting distracted. Hang on. Before we get too lost in the fucking weeds.
I am not helping.
So, I want to return back to the scene we left off on. Not even necessarily to continue the conversation, but so we can see what happens next with old Joe. As he... Oh, go ahead.
Nothing. I didn't mean to laugh. It just made me laugh the way you're like, we're gonna continue right where we are to continue what we're doing. It's like,
listen. I'm trying to make it clear, like, you guys, like, if you don't want to keep talking to Prince Lunic, you don't have to. Like, I'm
Dora.
not right where we left off.
I'm
a
not
month and a half ago.
I'm not with him. I'm in the kitchen. I left.
Yeah. Dora
Yeah,
out
true.
here
Okay.
like, where's old Joe, Mr. Knott? Where is he? Donda Esla, old Joe. He's over there in the kitchen on the other side of the room. Good job! You found it!
Oh my god. I gotta make Dora an NPC now. She's just a fucking ranger.
An annoying
like
ass
a beast
ranger.
master. Yeah,
she
no, she has like a
monkey.
fucking like battle beast partner.
Mhm.
Yep. Alright. Oh my god. Anyway.
Her magic
so-
items are a sentient bag of holding and a map that can change its locations.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
not a
you
bad
were
idea.
I for a moment thought that you were speaking about my ranger with amnesia called Ranger.
I love Ranger, and I miss getting to do stuff with Rel.
Yeah, but you screwed over Ranger. He
That
had
was the
to look
point.
through a spider's eye.
Yeah, that was the point. He was nothing but screwed. Sorry, yeah, Pickle. So yeah.
Oh my god.
So old Joe.
No. I'm just like over here like I'm so curious. So curious about Ranger the Stranger. Anyway.
Oh yeah, so it was the
um,
world called Magic Apocalypse where he got amnesia while trying to do beast sense, and he was stuck in beast sense because all magic was cut off in this world. So he was stuck with no magic, so he couldn't transfer himself back. So he could only see through other animals around him. It was so cool.
And then
Oh.
I figured out a trick where if I kill the one I'm seeing from, I get to see from another one.
But he doesn't choose which it is. It's so cool. It's
Yeah,
so
well,
fun.
you had me stuck in a bear, a dog, a giant thing, and then finally I got a little spider that's acting as my third eye.
I once gave you a fish, and you're like, all I see is water.
Yeah, I think that was the quickest kill.
It really was. But again, sorry, Pickle. Yeah, so Knott will stay with Pris Ludic, right? But R, I like to imagine R, though, followed old Joe. Because R is like a skeleton, his own fucking thing. R doesn't even have to tell me what old Joe is doing. He's just kind of there hanging with old Joe, helping him make poison.
Oh yeah, just kind of like passively watching, not really like interrupting or interjecting. Just, you know, Joe, you were being monitored, and you're not sure if it's something you're comfortable with or not.
TNT.
No pun intended with the not. But so once the poison is done, old Joe, I imagine that you seek out the service staff in the lower quarters of the castle in order to try and persuade them to circulate this into either.
I was gonna say that's very
I had
quick.
a lot better idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say he hasn't even told Knott. Dang.
Oh, okay. This is very good point. Well, Joe.
I wasn't looking into getting one of the servants to do it. There's a reason that I am myself. So
there's a reason I am myself.
I was going to look around the kitchen, go outside, and then let me just see if I actually had myself prepared or not.
Wait, how would that first one work? Wait, sorry, I just saw your DMs, Gryph. How would that first one work with the second one? The second one would kill them, and the first one would make them be like, blah, blah, blah.
No, if I had the first one, it could have worked, but I only have the second one. Pickle didn't let me take truth serum.
Oh, so you don't get... Well, to be fair, I don't think truth is going to help much. We're just kind of killing a king.
Yeah, but then I could have at least gotten the truth out of him before I killed him.
I feel like he was not already giving you truth. I think he was just truthfully a low-key racist.
In that case, instead of getting the servant staff, even though he's being watched, he's gone in, he's taken a look around the kitchen. He goes outside. Once he sees it's a bit clear when they started delivering the food, and casts past it up. Trace pushes his hand through a wall and dumps the poison into a vat of soup.
I like to imagine...
Okay, wait.
Two things. One, are we at the castle? Because, like, both of you guys talk about, like, he's just walking over. I thought we were at, like, a fucking hotel. Like an inn in the middle of the town.
No.
As far as I remember,
we
were given rooms in the castle.
Yeah, so because you guys were guests of honor, and still are, whether they are doing it just out of courtesy or for appearances, or if it's like, it's something where you guys are in like a little mini apartment basically inside the castle.
Okay, I must have misunderstood last time then, because when you said inn, I thought we left the castle. I didn't realize it was part of the castle.
Oh, no. That must have been... I probably misspoke. That's probably me. But no. And also, it's been like a month and a half, so this kind of confusion is totally normal and expected. But, yeah, so, it's something where...
I've just got a question for you. It is game-related, so at least we've got that this time. Do you really want me to use my poison, or would you rather have the truth serum? Because I feel like the poison might just kill everyone that's not named Knott.
If you're asking me, I don't know why you're asking me. If you're asking her, then...
Yeah, not to survive. I would tell Knott not to eat.
Well, I ain't gonna eat. I am a puppet.
That's the point.
Also, on top of that, I feel like at this point, R, like, looked at you just walk out without telling Knott anything. And is like, well, Knott is, like, chilling with the prince. He's just tapped Knott on the shoulder. And just kind of, like, hooks a thumb out the door.
Yeah, he just, like, kind of, like, looks to old Joe, like, making his way outside of the apartment. Looks to you kind of talking with Prince Lunac, and you guys are in the thick of it. You're trying to, you know, coax Prince Lunac to, like, what would happen if you could be king tomorrow? What would that look like? Could you do it? You know?
Right.
And so...
old Joe's making it a reality.
Yeah, basically, we're whatever Pickle was planning, we're hurrying up the next, lining up the throne.
Yeah, we're just skipping levels 8 to 12. We're going straight to 15.
Pretty much. So, in that case, Knott's gonna look at Prince, look at R, look at the lack of old Joe, and just go in his head, oh, God. Oh, God,
Also,
he's missing.
I feel like that is such a legitimate response.
Yeah, and okay, so I'm a little turned around, so like bear with me, y'all. There's a lot going on. So, old Joe, you take the stuff that you just made, you walk out of the apartments without really saying words to Prince Lunik or a Knott or any of his puppets or anything, right?
Yep, R's like, he's leaving.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Okay. So you then walk out, and then you do what exactly is it you're wanting to do? Where you like slip it into everything?
Yeah, pass without a trace, so that he's basically silent as fuck. He gets, I think, plus 10 to your stealth, right?
Yeah, plus 10 stealth. So I need to make a stealth roll, and then I can go into the kitchen again when I am basically stealth, and then I'm going to dump my poison into the soup.
You know what? I love old Joe because unlike a manipulative like politician character or a bard who's like, I don't want to get my own hands dirty, so that there's like sense of like, oh no, of course I didn't do it. It was the cook. Old Joe's like, if you want a job done, you get it done yourself. I love it. I love that.
Actually, now that you say that you have to do it yourself, that reminds me, I'm not using dice rollers anymore because they fucked me over. Where's my dice?
Honesty policy, okay? Just saying. All right, so here's what I'm going to do for you to get to the kitchens and all that. I'm going to have you do 3 stealth checks. I'm going to have you do 1 to get to the kitchen, 1 to get to the, like, inside, 2 with the soup, which I'm also going to have you do another check in a second with that. But if assuming you pass the first 2, and then I'm going to have you do a stealth check for actually pouring it into the soup because it's noisy. And people may be cooking with it as you're trying to slip it in there.
I was just going to say, like, imagine he's, like, slipping it in and someone goes to try to take a ladle of soup as it's being poisoned.
Yeah. You start pouring it, and like you like slip and drop the whole fucking bottle in there, and it explodes on the cook's face, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, you killed one innocent cook as he's like, "Ah,
my leg,
my limbs!"
So that is what we are going to do, my friend. And I'm not going to make the unreasonable DCs for these checks, don't worry, because it's also like nighttime, people are going to bed and stuff. It's late into the evening.
I mean,
so it's
even
not
then,
like...
I would make it a low-key incapable, just because they're trying to kill the king, but like, hey, if that's what you want us to do.
Well, okay, listen. It's something where are there guards patrolling? Yes, but you also are passing without a trace. It's not like, oh, look at you sending fucking honesty pictures. Gryph!
Yeah, so
you
that's
are 10 out of 10 good human.
That is
Yeah, best player.
And a 29.
Okay. So was the lowest a 29 is what you said?
Yeah, the lowest is a 29.
Lowest is guaranteed, eh?
So, here's what happens, alright? You creep your way through the corridors. It takes you maybe a little bit longer than expected because you haven't really gotten a map of the castle or anything like that. It's basically barely your first day there. And you only really got to explore the courtyard and the throne room, and of course, the path you took from the town up to the castle.
If you would have taken R, he would have known all about the kitchen.
Well, R, like, he definitely he keeps far enough a distance away that he's not, like, seen as, like, being affiliated with you. Like, they just think there's a puppet walking around. And he's also off-putting enough in his appearance that he doesn't even sneak, because when people see him, they just do everything they can not to engage with him.
Oh, Jesus, R's with him? So he's just floating there. After he hooked his thumb to me, he was like, bye, bitch, and just went with old Joe to just watch him poison people? You're a fucked up piece of shit.
He literally is like doing like a whole stroll too. Like imagine like a kid in like a aquarium or some shit. He's just walking around, staring at guards and stuff as he's passing by. The guards like avoid making eye contact and stuff because they know who he's affiliated with, and like you like are already weirded out by R enough as it is. And they just like are like, he's a puppet. What could he possibly do? He's got nothing on him. So he's just la-di-da strolling through the castle, several feet behind old Joe as you are just kind of wandering your way through, trying to make your way to the kitchen.
And then eventually, not having run past them, you see in the distance, rounding the corner, looking, and just like peeks his head around. Old Joe? And then in the back of your head, you just hear old Joe. Hey, the fuck you doing? Old Joe?
Okay. Oh, did we lose Gryph?
No, you didn't. Old Joe is just staring silently.
Oh, that scares not. Nott's just gonna watch. He's not gonna interfere yet, as Knott has learned not to interfere with old Joe. But R is gonna be closest, and Knott will be watching from like 80 feet away.
I do have to ask, what did you say to Prince Lunik to let yourself run off real suddenly?
I turned around. So if we're looking back, so we go warp back for a second.
Yes.
It goes to R hooking a thumb and then just going out the window. Knott looks over at the lack of old Joe and just goes, "Oh God," as you know previously stated. Turns to Prince Ludik and says, "I gotta make sure no one dies," and then walks out.
And you left a very stunned, confused, and perhaps even concerned Prince Lunik in your bedroom as you chase after. This is such fucking chaos already. I love it. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry. I could go move into his bedroom before I go chase the old man.
Oh my god. Okay, this is just the thing that I'm so fucking tickled by. So, you got old Joe. Listen.
Do you happen to have a map for a kitchen, perchance?
I can make one real fucking quick. Hang on.
Hell yeah.
I didn't think I'd need one, so I didn't make one. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think Pickle thought she would need a map for the kitchen in a castle because she didn't think the king was going to be poisoned.
No, listen, it's not that. I didn't think this was going to be a fucking, like, the initiative thing that it's turning into. I just assumed, like, oh, this should be a very simple, like, recap, and then we move on from where we're going at that point.
I mean, the recap's over.
God.
We're moving on, Pickle. We're killing your fucking king.
Listen, all I mean is that I thought it was going to be, like, a very simple, like, he slips down and does poison thing. I didn't think, like, it was going to be on top of him slipping down to the kitchen and shit. You got R, who's just, like, a couple paces behind, doing his own fucking thing, having a blast. You now have Knott, who is adding to the suspicion, all right, of this whole experience with him also tailing along behind old Joe. By the way, bitch, because you said that, you also have to make stealth checks if you want to keep up with old Joe, because he's passed all three. If you get stopped by one, you have to fucking explain yourself, and you lose, and you'll get farther behind old Joe. Oh, man.
That reminds me. I
Is that
just blamed
disadvantage?
everything on the assassin.
Okay, wait. So, hang on. What were you saying?
Normal?
And then I'll...
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Gryph.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I address both the y'all's concerns, because y'all talked kind of at the same time. No harm, no foul. But yeah.
I was just speaking out loud of my thoughts. I was just like, I could literally have just blamed the assassin we had already killed. I could have just framed him. I control him. He could have just dumped the poison in and...
Well, if he was...
So much reminder, by the way. Is he with you?
Nah, he stayed in the room.
I was going to say, with that, did we ever remove him from the throne room? Or is he just standing there?
Yeah, he walked out. He's in your room currently.
So, to add to the humor, we have Shodel and Bella, like, trying to entertain Prince Ludik, like some scared children, like, I don't know where my parents are. An undead monstrosity just moaning and looking in the corner. And Prince Ludic is just like, where the fuck are the other two?
Okay, I do want to do a thing to further add to the chaos because I'm a dick and I can. So, unless it says otherwise in the spell that you can just order him to, like, park it there without issue, Joe, you gotta make an Arcana check to see if you can convince him to fucking stay put. Otherwise, you gotta do stealth checks for your boy as well.
If you're talking about that, then yeah, I know that whole spell is literally the entirety of it is you control every movement of the undead.
Okay, it's something where I suspected that it was like that the spell was like that, but I just wanted to make sure, like, in case, you know.
No, valid.
Like I said, I was being a dick.
Yeah.
I honestly just wanted to do it for the bit, but
not how the spell works.
Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, it says if I finish any other commands, it only defends itself against hostile creatures.
Yep. It stands
okay.
there. That's why I asked about the throne room, because I was worried that we might have just left a dead guy near the king.
No, he wasn't in the throne, he was in your room. Once given an order, the creature follows it until its task is complete. So if I tell it to wait there, it will wait there until I tell it to move.
Or until it rots away.
Hours. Yeah, it says for at least 24 hours under your control.
Yep. So technically,
I see.
Pickle,
Okay.
if he doesn't come back and revamp it, the zombie doesn't disappear. It just starts eating people. That's how the spell works. If you don't revamp it, it doesn't go back to like bones and shit on the floor. It just is a zombie without control.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving Prince Ludic a chance to be a hero as soon as he becomes king.
Or we let the zombie get him.
Or I could literally control the king by making him a zombie.
Y'all are simultaneously the best and the worst. I don't know what to do with this information. This is hilarious.
I was like, you didn't think about that now, did you? Ugh, gang signs, baby.
Yeah, squad. By the way, all right. Here's this. You guys are bastards. So, I just made fucking hell. Roll 20. I just made our little kitchen scene. All right, and so you guys. Oh fuck!
I got a 22.
By the way, no. You got a 22.
Yes, and then a 7. I almost had a 25. I swear. The dice was on a 19 pickle. And then it was like, 1. I was like, no!
Oh, hang on. I think, did we lose Gryph?
Oh, no, he just goes out every now and then.
Doing, friend? Boo. I'm sorry, friend. We can, like, hang back for a sec if you want to, like, you know, run your stuff and, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I think we'll be fine, because let's just handle not stealth stuff, and then we'll get to him, and we'll let him handle, old Joe stuff. Because I don't think Knott is going to get to him with the 7.
No. So it's something where you were able to successfully make your way kind of tailing behind old Joe. And like I said, it's a very similar thing of, like, it takes a bit longer than he would expect to find the kitchen just because you're trying to get a lay of the land. You get turned around a couple times.
I'm like, where's he going?
But, oh yeah, and luckily because it is the dead of night, there are fewer guards around, even though it's the castle. And so just meandering about the halls trying to find the kitchen, you're able to navigate it pretty undetected successfully without much trouble. With the 7, you make your way towards the kitchen, and you probably got just a little too excited in rushing towards it because you failed to notice a guard that was rounding patrol right at the entrance to it. And he goes, you're one of the new guardians of the Western Wood.
I just bow immediately.
Yeah, he also... Oh, he salutes. He goes, sir, I must ask what you're doing up at this time of night.
I point to my lack of mouth.
Oh, my apologies, sir.
And I give a tummy a rub as if I'm just saying, like, and I point to the kitchen. Just say, like, oh, I was gonna go grab food.
Make a persuasion check.
Sweet. Do I need to do a performance check at all? Because, like, I'm not talking.
I mean, like, a point at the mouth, rub in the stomach. Those are 2 very simple actions. I'm just gonna,
Fair enough.
Know, it's not like you're trying to do,
All right, 23.
Exactly. All right, 23.
Yes.
So, you just said to the guard that you don't have a mouth, but you're going to the kitchens because you're hungry. So he kind of looks at you and looks at the kitchen. And
I
he's
know.
like,
I gesture. I bring up my 2 fingers. I point one finger and then point at me as if I am. Point at the other finger. Point otherwards as I'm pointing to someone else, and then gesture to the other person and do the hunger rubby of the tummy. I'm getting it for old Joe.
maybe just because I am so tickled at you just deciding not to talk for the sake of like trying to get past this guard. Make a performance check with that, because for whatever reason my brain took like a minute to process that. So I imagine the guard would also be like, what?
Totally valid. So it was a 14. Oh, not 14. 12. Sorry, 12. It was a 12. So not the best, not the worst.
Mm-hmm. So the guard kind of looks at you and looks at the kitchen and he goes, "You're going to get me a snack?"
I shake my head no, but then give that like real close, like, and then like, you know when you pinch your fingers real close to be like, yeah, you're real close, and just say like like shake the no sign and then point to myself, like just not me. You're close,
Because
it's just
of
not
your-
me.
Even though he doesn't quite understand, your earlier persuasion roll was so good that he just kind of looks at you and he's like, "I don't entirely understand, sir, but I'm happy to escort you for whatever or whoever it is you're getting food for. Please." And he kind of like
Fuck, he's
opens the
escorting
door to
me.
walk with you into the kitchen.
Well, I don't want to blow old Joe's cover, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going
You
to.
could talk to him directly and see if that is more helpful. I'm not pressuring you one way or the other. I just think it's hilarious that you're like, "Oh shit, I've been caught. Time to mime."
Like, I'm just thinking to myself, because if I talk, I have to think. You know, like, I have to actually think about what to say. But if I just fake miming, I can just bullshit this guy in a minute.
Listen, I love it, but I also think it's hilariously like, oh shit, maybe it would be easier if you talked, but also, how would you possibly explain, yeah, I needed to head to the kitchen in the middle of the night by myself, and I don't have a mouth.
You know what?
You
I'm
know?
just going to do this. I'm going to take one finger, I'm going to point upwards as if I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take out a piece of paper and a quill and ink. And write, "Where's the bathroom?"
The guard looks at you very confusedly, because
Tummy
he's like,
trouble, not
"But
hungry.
you don't have a mouth." Oh, my apologies.
No, Matt, what? Am I going to go
Well,
vomit? I gotta be pretty!
okay, not to be gross, but like if you don't have a mouth, typically you don't have a digestive tract, all right? Unless you're like an amoeba. So anyway, he like looks at you very confused, and he's like, "Sir, there is a laboratory in your quarters. I don't understand how you ended up all the way."
I just go,
Here, would
ah,
you like
and
me
I
to
walk
escort you
away.
back?
Yes, I just shake my head yes, and just go, I've been caught, whatever, let's just head back.
Oh dear. So,
Alright,
you
Ocho,
just,
have
you
fun
know...
killing things. I give up
So
trying to
without
follow
getting
them.
to properly, without being able to properly catch up with them, unfortunately, because you were caught one time like too soon. If maybe if we made it to the kitchens, you would have been able to like bullshit your way through a bit easier to see what's going on, but caught just before. So the guard, as he's walking back with you, just makes polite conversation.
I just nod my
just
head.
like, you know. Yeah, I guess it's something where he's like embarrassed by the silence, like he doesn't want to like be, he's very awkward when it gets too quiet, so he does the nervous thing like,
If it makes him feel better, I'll
Yes.
write on the blank side of the paper. Sorry, not much paper to write with.
yes, and he kind of relaxes at that, and he's like, "Oh, not a problem at all, sir. I'm also sure you're very tired. The festival seems to be starting off well, but it's rather unfortunate that some of the lords have left already." Like just
I
kind of
just
like
kind of give an
nervous
indeed
banter.
head nod.
Yeah, it's very nervous banter all the way back up to your quarters.
I guess
where Prince Lunik
I'll just
the zombie.
Yeah, I'll write name ? For like the guy's name.
Ha! I am Willamette.
I'll just write not down and point to myself.
He kind of squints at it a little, and he's like, "That is your name, correct? It's been some time since my literary education. I sometimes get turned around on the spelling of words."
I nod my head.
Ah, yes, very good. We are very pleased to have you here with us, sir. It is a great honor, and we are more than welcome to anyone who is willing to defend us from, well, there's no need to get into that now.
Exactly. You're about. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say exactly. You're about to sound a little racist as I close the door.
Just leave the paper in his hands.
No. Yeah.
The door in his face.
Yeah, exactly. No, not leave the paper. Say it with telepathy, and then close the door.
He stands there so flabbergasted.
So he doesn't know if it was me or not.
Drops out of his hand. Like, he's standing stock still, and his grip is just loosened up on a spear that, as he's standing there, like, stunned, it, like, slips out of his hand a bit, and he's like, oh, shit! And he, like, kind of, stumbles as you, like, slam the door in his face.
I'm just imagining all this happening. Meanwhile, Joe is just like pouring poison into soup.
Yeah. Do. Hi ho. There's a job that Thermic has to go.
And that's exactly what happens. Joe, you have made your way into the kitchen proper. You see various servants milling about, some of them refilling wine decanters even at this time of night. Some of them getting stuff ready for the next day's events, with various feast preparations, including, but not limited to, a large vat of soup that they seem to have started early on in order to further enhance the flavors the longer it cooks into the next day. I want you to, however, do a quick history check for me.
Hey guys, can I ask you a quick question? Stream-wise, my mod just
After
brought
you're
up...
done dying.
Yeah, sorry. My mod just brought up a real good point about stream. It looks fine to me, but he's reporting that stream looks a little funky. Would you mind checking?
Yeah. I have the stream pulled up in another tab.
Are you able to see the kitchen? Is it like okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, okay, so yeah, JP, it might just be your screen, because he brought it up and sent me a picture that it was all, like, half cut off. I'm like, ooh, I just want to double check it's okay.
No. I will say, it looks to be like it's a tad dark on your screen.
Oh, no, that's normal. I have to fix that,
okay,
so, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't figured out how to fix that, but that part's normal.
Okay, cool. But no, otherwise, I can see everything just fine.
Interesting.
No, I don't know why it would get like that.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Tech issues every session, man. Roll20, you gotta fucking love it. Anyway.
Yeah, because it's the only one that's free, properly free.
Mm-hmm. But now that Gryph is back, so I've been kicked out. Gryph is back. Thank God, now that I've been kicked out of the kitchen.
Yeah, you literally took one for the team, went, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm just gonna head back.
Yeah, I went, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not involved with this one.
Yeah. Old Joe.
Oh, wait, R can telepathically tell me what's going on. R, tell me what the fuck he's doing. What was I thinking? I have a skeleton the entire time there. What was I thinking?
Oh my God. Wait.
The fuck is wrong with me?
R walks in behind Old Joe. And again, it's this thing where Old Joe, you enter in, maybe you wander into the kitchen a little bit just so you can get a lay of the land, look at the faces surrounding you as they're meandering about. And R just kind of literally kicks open the door like a fucking bad bitch and he's this little skeleton puppet standing in the middle of the doorway. The entire kitchen pauses for a second and turns and looks at R. And he looks around for a second, spots you, old Joe, but like without, mentioning anything. He kind of just continues to look around, does the thing where he sticks his pinky in his non-existent ear to kind of clean it out, and then just turns around and slams the kitchen door back shut. And this rest of the staff here kind of slowly but a little timidly get back into what they were doing before, just kind of murmuring here and there, like, is that one of the creatures that came into the castle today? Stuff like that. I saw your thing, Gryph. Are you still having mic issues, friend? That's awful.
No, I'm still here. It's fucking around.
I'm sorry, dude. If you ever cut out or something, just be like, give me a second. I'll be like, okay, yeah, and I can have R do a jig or something like that. So, I'm really happy.
Poison.
R, being impatient, tips the poison himself.
So, Joe, before you move your way to the soup, I would like you to do a very quick history check for me.
The pottery on this fucking stove.
It's 14 plus... Damn, I've got a +4 on intelligence. That's 18.
Casual 18. What can I say? That's old Joe.
That's old Joe.
To be fair,
You look
I've got
around...
20 in con and wisdom, too.
You look around for a second, and you're looking just, like I said, surveying the lay of the land, trying to plan the best way to make your path to the soup without bumping into any of the servants, milling back and forth here. And you think that you notice a familiar face for a second, but it has to be your imagination. It's all these servants, some of them, because they just keep their faces tucked low at all times. Some of them just look very similar in their appearance. Who knows? It's just the thing where you're blurring people together because you haven't really gotten a good look at them. But otherwise,
old Joe
you make
needs
your
his
way.
Glasses.
I need my bifocals.
I'll just wild shape into an eagle.
Wait, for real?
Are
He's
you
gonna drop the bolt pot. Tell me that was a joke.
No, that would get rid of pass without a trace, right?
Yeah, that too would also get
Okay.
rid of pass without a trace because it's a concentration spell.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to talk about chaos? Because that would incite chaos.
Not just for you, but also imagine the staff. They're there. They're hanging out. Bird.
In the heart of the castle too. It's not listen. This is there's a window here and there, because they're on one of the sides of the castle.
There's no
but
window
it's not
here.
Yeah. Oh, on the map.
Oh, in this one, I'm saying there's no windows in this one, right? In the kitchen.
There's a window, but it's closed. If the window pane is shut, it's something where that you can tell they do it occasionally to it gets hot during the day, let some ventilation in, that kind of shit. Yeah. But otherwise, my brother in Christ, you good?
Oh, I'm good. I just took a hit.
Oh, okay. You were that's the second time you started dying a little bit, and I was like, oh shit. I hope he's not sick.
He's becoming a real skeleton.
Yeah. No. I'm just getting stoned while we play D&D.
As you should. Listen, peak gameplay. I fucking swear.
Peak gamer, bro.
I need to do that. I would do that shit more often, but I am poor and I can't afford gummies right now. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, all right. So, Joe, you with the poison in one hand, you carefully managed to maneuver through these servants milling about, just getting things ready for the next day, tending to what you're sure is some of the late night, whims of nobility, refilling certain things, getting little treats for them here and there. You duck and turn and make your way over to the soup, a giant cauldron in the heart of the flame of the fireplace. It cooked, stirring tediously, but deliberately and religiously in some ways.
Oh, he's a passionate
Just looking
cook.
he is like making sex eyes at that pot. And he takes out like a little spoon once in a while, dips it into this soup, goes, oh, and then just keeps stirring. So while he is in mid-turn, Joe, you carefully and quietly uncork the poison that you've taken from your pocket, and following just in front of his hand so you don't bump it, you allow the poison to fall from their vial and be mixed into the soup with this cook's turns, following his motions around the pot just in front of him without touching him. And then you carefully pull yourself away. And you slowly, but with the same meticulous, careful nature that you entered the kitchen with, make your way back through the servants out the door. Are still in the kitchen behind you.
Mm-hmm. Does a jig out of merriness.
He looks around for a second, walks right up to a servant who freezes as he approaches her. A tray of like sweets, like mid-grab.
I like to imagine he stares at her, doesn't do anything for a moment. The right hand slowly lifts up, grabs a strawberry covered in chocolate, puts it up to his mouth, and then turns and walks away.
Close. Very close. He looks at her, stares at her, slowly reaches a hand out, raises it very high above the platter, and slaps the platter out of her hands as hard as he possibly can.
Are you genius?
Looking her dead in the eyes, she just kind of goes, like freezes, like recoils back. And he just slowly turns, still making eye contact with her, allowing his head to do a full 180 as he turns the rest of his body to walk back out of the kitchen.
You know what? You're right. That was a far more R than I ever could have came up with.
And so, old Joe, with R, once again, following just a little bit behind, make your way back to your apartments. This new
not
development.
Being like, so yeah, anyways, I found old Joe. I'm sure we're gonna be completely fine. By the way, did you happen to hang out with the zombie at all? Or has Shodel and Bella been giving you good company?
Prince Lunik, who sat on like the far side of the room away from the zombie whenever you walked in, he just kind of was like, well, these two have certainly been entertaining compared to the other guest.
As we see fucking Shodel doing like that Russian dance with like he bounces up and down, putting one foot out from the other. Well, Bella just claps.
Oh yeah, and the zombie is standing face first into a corner.
Yep. Oh, don't worry, he's on timeout.
Some shit like that.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry, Ludic. Old Joe just went to the bathroom. I worry about him as he is senile. When I made my comment earlier about someone getting killed, I meant him. Apologies. I just worry about the old man.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I got plus. You know what? I'm gonna do my physical dice. Let me see. I want to get. I was like, you know what? This is gonna be a big one to make sure we don't get caught. Let me do a big dice roll. Hold on.
Yep. Because here's the thing: you guys were not only gone for quite a bit of time because you got lost exploring the castle, trying to make your way to the kitchen. There's also, like the guard told you, there is a bathing room, a lavatory, where you guys tend to your needs if you need them in your apartment.
Well, I mean, there's other things we can want to explore a castle for. Insomnia.
Yeah,
could be like
his bathroom.
Yeah, like another bathroom. I know I should have said his old Joe destroyed my bathroom.
Listen, there is no power move. You what?
You should have just said he turned into a bear and he shat everywhere.
They turned into old Joe turned into a bear, shat everywhere. It was terrible. Okay, so my persuasion, because I have +4, I rolled a 16 and a 19. So that's, with disadvantage, it'll be a nat 20.
Oh my god, jeez, okay.
I think the
Ludic
dice gods
is just-
gonna start playing Ascension.
The dice gods,
You what?
I don't know if you guys have noticed, the dice gods flip back and forth. Our first session did not roll less than 10. Second session did not roll below 10 or above 10. Third session, now we're back to not below 10.
I don't think I've rolled below 29 this year.
Yeah. Well, either way, yes. So,
Listen, the dice gods have been like, the dice gods have been like, it's been a minute. Let's give this guy some tools to fucking work with, so they can play around and
What
shit.
you're saying is we should roll a D100 to see if we get a nuke.
ooh, hold on. Let me hop out of Discord and hop back in. There we go. Hello.
Everything good?
I nuke and then
Yep,
pickle
sorry.
left.
The
So-
Discord was acting up, and I hopped back out and hopped back in just to make sure you guys were okay.
Oh, okay. I heard the
Dude,
fateful
Discord's
donut, and I
been
was
giving
like,
me
oh
so
shit.
much trouble.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
me too. I don't know.
does- yeah, it has been. It's been a bitch.
Yeah, like right now, Gryph, you good?
No, I'm good. It's just the same thing. It's going very robotically and it goes back when I get back on.
Yep, same. All right, so
Oh
Prince
my gosh.
Ludic, he buy my shit.
Prince Ludic, fortunately for you, was too caught up in the fact that you both left him alone
With Shodel.
in this room. Oh, not
I
even.
left him a zombie
You guys left
protector.
him.
Yeah, he has a zombie protector.
That's the thing. No, listen. He saw the guy you guys animated be dragged into the courtroom half dead, like the throne room half dead. Him start spitting and lunging at his father venomously.
And now
Him
he's
get
here.
killed in front of him. And now he's here. And you left the prince alone with him
Yeah,
for quite a bit of time.
and 2 puppets
As you
to
guys
keep
were
him
on your
entertainment. What about it? They were dancing for him. Is he ungrateful, Pickle?
He's stressed. He's stressed.
Much like Pickle
We'll
is the
just say
DM
that.
right now.
Oh my, listen, I love it, and also I'm like, geez, Louise, I don't know what kind of chaos you guys are gonna get into next. But so
But,
he just is kind
nice.
of like, he's like, very good. Perhaps, and he like straightens up and like clears himself off a little bit. Perhaps I should turn in as well. I'm afraid I may have overstayed my welcome. Please,
Oh, yes.
thank you for lending me an open ear and for your counsel. You've given me a lot to think about.
Shake his hands and then state in the most not way I can think possible. Of course, honestly, I'm surprised you didn't leave when we walked out. Most people would have taken that as the, like, oh, I must leave moment. Very honorable of you to just sit there and wait. Thank you, but I apologize for the wait. Thank you, please go get some rest, and goodbye now.
Prince Ludic looks a little taken aback by that. You can see like a light coloring on his cheeks, either in embarrassment or because he's touched by your words. You're not sure, but he just kind of gives a quick bow to you, into old Joe in turn as well. He's like, I'm so sorry that this bathroom was lacking. I'll make sure that the servants fix it for you tomorrow so you do not have to do a massive hike across the castle. Please forgive me.
Oh, it's okay.
And then he
It's-
kind of like,
if I'm being honest, it's because he can only poop as a bird. He's embarrassed.
Ludic puts he like gasps and like covers his mouth with his hand. He's like, my apologies, sir. Please, I will go and tell the servants immediately to bring you some fresh nesting materials so that way you might be more comfortable for when you shit. Pardon me. Please enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
And he
Thank you,
kind of
sir.
like hardly backs out of the apartment, and he bumps into Willamette as he's walking out, who's just still kind of like standing outside the door, stunned.
I turn to old Joe and give the Hulk meme from Endgame, where it's like, I consider this a win. And if you like that video and like to see more content, please drop a like and subscribe to Wolfer28, or give us a follow and a rating on both Spotify and iTunes as Bardic Logs. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you next time.